Now I request Honourable Prime Minister, Mr. Anthony Albanese, to please come onto the stage and share his speech with us. Though I was not very good in replicating your speech, but I believe you will forgive me for that.
Well, thank you very much, Jaswinder, and it is indeed a great honour for me to be here. I join with the Premier in acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we're meeting today and pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. Waheguru Jika Khalsa. Waheguru Jika Fatah. I got the first one better than the second one, perhaps. There. Thank you very much to the Premier of Victoria. Thank you for having us in your great state again. To my friends and colleagues, including Julian Hill and Cassandra Fernando, the other state members of Parliament who are here, distinguished guests, one and all, and particularly to Crystal and Len, thank you for giving us a bit of the history of the connection that has gone back for such a long period of time between the Sikh community and the Australian community here. It is indeed a great honour for me to be here with you today to share in the joy of the upcoming Baisakhi festival, a time for paying respect to tradition and custom whilst also celebrating new beginnings. And I'm delighted that today also gives me the opportunity to give a big thank you and congratulations to everyone at Sikh Volunteers Australia on a decade of quite extraordinary service to the Australian community. It has been a decade where Australians have faced tough challenges. I must say, as Prime Minister, there are more days, it seems, than not when I'm getting briefings, including this morning, about floods in New South Wales, in the Greater Sydney area, in the Illawarra, but also some of the potential issues that Queensland will have over coming days as well. And here, of course, in Victoria, you have felt the impact of floods and bushfires. Some communities have been hit by both on multiple occasions. The isolation of the pandemic also was such a difficult time for the community. Throughout the most difficult of times, we always see the best of the Australian character. And I can think of no community in Australia which has done more to demonstrate that best of the Australian character than the Sikh community. You have been there at a time, here, at a time where Australians were going through enormous difficulty. The fact that you have reached out, I saw the photos that you showed before. I was there at Lismore in one of those flooding events, and I asked some of the volunteers where they were from the Sikh community, thinking that they might be from Woolgoolga or might be from Blacktown. No, they were from Victoria. They were from Victoria. They had driven well over 1,000 kilometres in order to provide that assistance to their fellow human beings. And it's one of the great honours of my life to get to know communities like this one, communities that show that demonstration of their values in such a practical way. The Sikh community that values every human being as being equal, that shows it in such a demonstrable way through food vans, by reaching out as the band showed as well. In Frankston and in other communities I know around Australia, not just here in Victoria, but particularly at times of dire need. Just showing a word that I spoke about on the night that I was elected Prime Minister. I used a word that just popped out, didn't think it was a big deal, but people have spoken to me about it so many times since, and that word is kindness. Kindness. It's something that we need more of in this country. It's something that the Sikh Volunteers organisation has been showing for a decade as a structure, but of course before that, for generations, as we can see. This is, of course, a kindness born of your faith, but one that embraces people of every faith, of every background, of all walks of life. You don't just give your time and energy, you share your humanity as well. And as Prime Minister, I'm very honoured to be here with you today. That is the reason that we celebrate your contribution. It's one of the reasons why you're admired and loved, including with things that aren't asked for, but the recognition, of course, through Volunteers of the Year. It's one of the reasons as well why my government is very proud to have delivered funding towards the new commercial community kitchen at your Langwarrin headquarters, which I know will be opening soon. I look forward to the invite to come back here to that. This will provide more support, more meals to people in need, and to lift the spirits of Australians going through hard times. So congratulations on a wonderful decade. Thank you for everything that you do and everything you contribute to the lives of your fellow Australians. I wish you many more years of selfless service and a wonderful Vaisakhi.
Thank you a lot, Mr. Prime Minister. On that special note that about the kitchen facility in the Langwarrin, I just want to explain a little, is that with the help of both state and federal government, we were able to construct a kitchen from the scratches that can produce 10,000 meals in a short notice of 6 hours. And not just can produce 10,000 meals, it is also be able now to load those wheels into a fleet of vehicles and to reach across the strait Australia in next 6 hours. So at a short notice of 12 hours after a disaster struck, Sikh Volunteers Australia can mobilize their team and can provide the support. Like you have previously provided us the aid, in future we have 2 very ambitious projects for which definitely we will come and door knock you. Now I will request by Harpreet Singh Ji, by Gurmukh Singh Ji to please come upon our stage. By Harpreet Singh Ji and Gurmukh Singh Ji are the elders of the Sikh community in the region, and they are our beacon light for everything. Whenever we are in trouble or we seek guidance, we go to them. So now I request backstage team members to please bring the honors for Madam Premier and Mr. Prime Minister onto the stage. Thank you. Mr. Prime Minister, first. So it's customary in our culture to give a piece of cloth like an honor and a sword that is the recognition of a leader. And we are also providing you a set of books that is written by Len and Kenna and also contributed by myself as well. Thank you. You guys know this is too good opportunity to miss. I'm joining it. And now I would request the honor for Madam Premier. Now we have a very special occasion. Remember the kids who have helped with Kids for Publishing to create that wonderful book. That book is going to be first Punjabi English history story book. That is, we are going to distribute into the schools for the teaching curriculum. So I request all the kids to please come onto the stage to have a group photograph with both readers. Thanks a lot, kids. You can walk down from that stage now, please. Now I request backstage team to please bring the awards for Crystal Jordan and Lan Kena to be presented by Madam Premier and Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. Volunteers, please come on stage. That's happening. We are getting a group photograph. everyone say cheese. Thank you all. Thank you. Yes.